Hi class, good morning. Welcome to our week 8 topic on e-commerce, which is the functionality of the e-commerce business application program. Our topic objective for week 8 is to identify the functionalities and business consideration of an e-commerce site, and then identify also the system analysis for building a mobile presence. So for this week, we have to look at the London KC and Travers CG of the eCommerce 27 Business Technology Society 13th edition for further readings of this lecture. The e-commerce site functionalities. If we say e-commerce site functionalities, the e-commerce merchant server software are used to offer the basic features which are needed for the online transactions, including an online store, online shopping cart ordering, and online credit card processing. E-commerce site functionalities includes number one, which is online catalog. Class, if we say online catalog, this refers to the list of products available on a website. Next, we have the shopping cart. If we say shopping cart, this enables the shoppers to set aside the desired purchases in preparation for checkout. So we have to review what they have selected, edit their choices, and then require an actions which are actually making a purchase by clicking the button. Next is the credit card processing. If we say credit card processing class, this verifies the credit card of the shopper, and then at checkout places the debit to the credit and the debit card to the account of the company. How about the e-commerce server suite? Class, this provides an optimized environment that aims to provide most of all the features and capabilities that are sophisticated, also a customer-centric site which requires to grow. So a built-in shopping cart can view the goods, also handles errors, and simple credit card transactions, which are essential element of merchant software packages. And then we also have the analytics. The analytics keep track of the user activities on the web. So the progress of the internet advertisement campaign are also tracked. And then, for example, we have the Google Analytics, which will be used if there is an advertisement on the Google, which offers the good monitoring tools such as the service will also be offered by most hosting companies. So other computational resources for an open source includes the Piwik, the CrawlTrack, and the other open web analytics. Resizing hardware platform. The demand side. The hardware platform applies to all the underlying computer equipment which are used by the device to perform its e-commerce functions. So the target is to have an enough platform capacity which satisfy the peak demand, which is avoiding the overload, but not as much as the platform that you are wasting a money. How about the supply side? Class, if we say supply side, this focuses on the company's organization, issues, and individual which are engaged in providing the products and services to retailers. So those are the demand side and the supply side. The demand side. A typical user-initiated web session is stateless. So which means that the server does not need to maintain a constant dedicated connections with the client. So meaning, it is usually begins with a request for a link, then a server responds, and the session is terminated. The sessions through the last from 1/10 of the second per user to 1 minute. However, class, system sufficiency is deteriorating as more and more users are demanding service at the same time. So that is the demand side. If we say supply side, it pertains to the scalability, which is important factor when choosing to a host website. The scalability refers to a site's ability to rise in a size as the demand needs. Actually, there are 3 steps you can take to satisfy the site service demands. So we have the scale vertically the hardware, or we have to scale horizontally the hardware, and or enhance the site processing architecture. If we say vertical scaling, this ensures the computing power of the individual components which is increased. And if we say horizontal scaling, it requires the use of the several machines for sharing the workload. Basic business considerations in e-commerce sites. Class, if we say business considerations in e-commerce sites, we need to identify the features that upsets the customers. And one of them is requiring the user to view an ad or a flash introduction before going to the website content. The pop-up and pop under ads and windows, too many clicks to get on the content, links that don't work, confusing navigation or no search function. And then we also have the requirements to register and log in before viewing the content or ordering. We also have the slow loading pages. And finally, we have the content that is outdated. Successful e-commerce site design should have be a functional or the functionality. So the pages that work, load quickly, and point the customer toward your products offerings. It must be informational. Informational means the links that customers can easily find to discover more about the company and the products. And then we also have the easy to use navigation, alternative navigation to the same content, the easy to purchase. Site works with the most popular browsers. Avoid distracting, obnoxious graphics and sounds that the user cannot control. And then avoids backgrounds that distort text or make it illegible. Mobile web presence. Plus, these icons represents the business objectives. And then we have the system functionality. And then we have the information requirements. The business objectives for drive sales, it has the system functionality of the digital catalog and product database. For information requirements, we have to identify the product descriptions and photos. So if we have the branding objectives, so the system functionality of an e-commerce sites in a web presence shall show how to use the product, and the information requirements are the video and rich media demonstrations. If our objective is to build the customer community, so the system functionality should include the interactive experiences games, and for information requirements, we have the games, the forums, contest, and then we also have the social media. If the business objective is advertising and promotion, the system functionality for a mobile web presence should be the coupons and the flash sales. And the information requirements are the product description, the coupon itself, and the inventory management. For business objectives, which is gathering the customer feedback, so the system functionality would be the ability to retrieve and store user inputs, which includes the text, the photos, and the videos. And for the information requirements, we have the customer sign-in and identification, which can be found on the customer database. Class, these are the references that you may visit for further um, reading materials that you may use for our week 8 lectures and for your further studies. Thank you and good day.